Good morning. Happy Labor Day. I am whipping together some potatoes O'Brien. We're not necessarily going to eat it now because honestly this yummy dish is best after it's been cooked and allowed to be refrigerated or set for a little while, just because the flavors just marry beautifully. Look at that. Thank you. Oh. So I'm doing these a little bit differently than I've done before because I actually saw some beautiful peppers recently. I couldn't use them immediately, so I chopped them up with some onions and froze them. And I also purchased frozen potatoes to use. I also purchased some frozen potatoes to use. So this is kind of a first time of preparing it this way, but it makes it really convenient on the fly. And it is definitely one of my favorite breakfasts. So what I'm doing here is just sauteing off these chopped green peppers and onions over medium-high heat in quite a bit of oil. Alright. Now usually when I make potatoes O'Brien, I boil the potatoes and saute these up, then add the potatoes directly to it. But since the potatoes are frozen, I'm actually going to put these sauteed veg into a plate here, or onto a plate to reserve them, and then cook off the potatoes, then add it later, because I think otherwise it would get a little too mushy. That's right, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? It's no, you're pretty quick at those. Kiddo's doing some little crafts in the background. We're getting really excited for the holiday season coming up.
Yeah, so that's exactly what I am making.
Exactly. All right, add a little bit or a lot more oil. And pardon me if this camera gets steamed up, but I think that just is par for the course when you're dealing with oil and frozen. And keep in mind, if you're using frozen potatoes, you want to use them from frozen. You don't want to thaw them. And hot oil will very much spatter when you add something frozen to it. So mind yourself, mind your arms and your face. All right, here we go. We just have some organic style, southern style hash browns. Just nice and diced. And I actually have not made these since I was in college. And I'm going to keep it at that same medium-high heat. And I remember when I made them in college.
This is a big present, you might not believe it.
Okay, take a moment to get that to temp. Add a little bit more oil. I hope this video finds you all well wherever you are in the world today. In the United States, we are celebrating Labor Day, the Labor Day holiday. So it's actually kind of a nice...
Speaking of the Labor Day, I was watching a show about the Labor Day.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I heard it correctly.
Do you know what Labor Day is?
Yeah, it's the day when we do honey and eat bread. And we just pick apples and honey.
Oh, really?
At least that's what I heard in the show.
Oh, well, that just sounds lovely. Apples and honey. You know, it's actually a day where it's a holiday where all the workers,
Yeah, I know it's a holiday.
all the workers in the United States get the day off. Most of them. Not everyone honors, not every employer honors Labor Day holiday, but many workers have the day off just as an extra day off because, gosh, we labor all year long, don't we? And holidays otherwise are pretty harried, so I always find it's a nice little holiday. It also kind of heralds in the beginning of a new school year, which is kind of neat. My kiddo went in, started school last week, and a lot of other kiddos are starting tomorrow after the holiday. All right. And with the potatoes, it's such simple ingredients. You use 3 to 5 cups of diced potatoes, olive oil, a couple of teaspoons, quarter cup total, actually, when it's all said and done. 1.5 cups of chopped onion and 1 cup of diced bell pepper. I like green peppers the best because they're not as sweet as the red, but certainly you'll see the red as well. You get this at a restaurant. Basically, you saute the vegetables first, then you cook the potatoes, then you add the vegetables back in, and then you add the seasonings, which are simple. 1 teaspoon sea salt, 3/4 teaspoon ground paprika, and 1/4 teaspoon of ground pepper. And then when you just mix all that goodness together, and about the time where the potatoes are starting to stick to the bottom of the pan, you know, you don't want to turn it into mashed potatoes, you top it with a little bit of shredded cheese, and it is delicious. Yeah, these will inevitably stick. The first time I made potatoes from frozen, they told me it was the shredded breakfast potatoes, and they said, you know, fill the pan, you know, 1/4 inch deep with oil, add the potatoes, pour a little oil on top, then cover and just let it cook. And boy, I don't know what I did wrong, but it just burnt everything, and it actually kind of destroyed the pan. That was back in my non-stick days even. So I don't mind them being a little mushy, or a little soft, or not so, you know, so much holding solid form. But I am not a chef. Yes, I am. Happily.
The big one is under all of them, but the big one doesn't have a wrap on the other one.
Oh, that is a really big present. She has some construction paper and some beautiful different colors of ribbon, and she is filling a large bread bowl.
See how much, see? And so much. It's like overflowing.
Oh no, we just don't want that bag to get near the burner. I'll pop on my tea.
Some of them are going to be like meat. They're going to have like Santa's biggest flowers.
Oh, I can't wait to see it all. So I think that's starting to get to where it's looking almost like mashed potatoes. So I'm going to let it do its thing. I actually just might add the seasonings now. So anyways, it's Labor Day, and we had just beautiful hot weather the last couple of days. We actually got out to the lake yesterday, and I'm glad for that because we woke up this morning and it was wet.
And wet.
It is. It was raining. And so we got the best of the holiday and didn't even have to really leave our neighborhood. The lake we go to is just a couple miles away. Okay, 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. It was so nice to take a float, especially this time of year. The water is just like perfect temperature. It's freezing. It's called Deep Lake for a very good reason, but it's freezing for most of the summer. But towards the end, it just gets that nice temperature. See how it's starting to stick?
It's a good present. It's a flower.
Isn't that pretty? Love it.
Not very much flowers. I only have one more flower left.
Yeah.
There's only two. I'm just so sorry, but there's only two.
Well, no need to be sorry, babe. You could rewrap it too if it's not the way you want, but I think it looks beautiful.
I don't have very much of those flowers.
You don't have very many? Yeah. Yeah. So my verdict is, in the future when I make this, I will not use frozen potatoes. Probably will use frozen vegetables because that's kind of nice. I love having this for breakfast when the weather gets cooler, but peppers aren't really in season, so it's nice to have some frozen on the ready. Makes for easy cooking too. But yeah, not too pleased with the potatoes, but it'll still be delicious. So I am going to go ahead and take it off the heat and top it with some cheese. And I just want to let you know too, with the pan, you see all this that's cooked to the bottom of the pan? You just, once it's off the heat, you just add some water to the bottom, and literally that bottom crust will just lift out of the pan. Let it sit for a couple of hours or overnight. Oh, so there you have it. Oh, that was the kettle clicking. So, thank you for joining me in the kitchen today, and I do hope, oh, hello, I do apologize, I didn't say hello to the folks we have in the kitchen. Lucas Mello. Oh, hello, Brazil. Oh, gosh, my word. I hope you are having a pleasant spring. Oh, so many dings today. Dove's Love, thank you for saying it's looking good. I sure hope so. It'll be tasty. And the Gonzalez family, hello. Yummy food. Yep, I agree. I think actually I might serve up a little bit of this and fry up some link sausages and maybe some scrambled eggs. But anyways, thank you for joining me, and I wish you and your families well. And until next time, I hope for your health and well-being.